Hello, cats and kittens, whatever I was saying. I'm back in the crisis corner, back on my One Piece grind on Manga Monday. I've been working on a Star Wars Acolyte review. I wanted to wait after the 3 episodes got in, but it's just, yeah, we'll get to that later. It's Manga Monday. I want to have fun. I want to, you know, relish the One Piece experience, and it's a pretty decent chapter to come in on. Um, I've been off my reviews for a while, but it's a side issue. Anyway, chapter in the Viz on Viz, chapter one is titled A, and I believe that has to do with the character, the Japanese character for what Vegapunk says or almost says at the end. I'm not sure exactly how that works, but I'm not gonna get into that right now. Anyway, just my general impressions on the chapter itself. Um, my favorite bits. The opening first 3 pages was, around the world catching up on the world's reaction to Vegapunk's message to this point. And the reactions, first page reactions, okay. I I like the bits with Kobe at the hospital, and that segues into Drake and Smoker because you kind of get the idea that between Kobe and his set, he's in there. Where's he with? Kobe's in there with Prince and Helmeppo, and I forget the lady's name. Then they segue over to Drake, who's in the same hospital, and Smoker's on the way to the hospital, I believe. That seems to be the set that's going to be the new era of the Marines. And to be honest with you, if Smoker was stronger, I could see him being a vice admiral. Not a vice admiral, being a grand admiral or whatever Sengoku's rank is. Yeah, but honestly, Kobe's going to be stronger than him in the future if he isn't already. So Smoker hasn't had a whole lot of great showings lately. He's been getting smoked basically. So, but in terms of being an elder statesman and a leader of that generation, I could see Smoker occupying that role more so than Drake because we don't really know that much about Drake. He was like undercover for X amount of years within the story, so we don't really know him that well. We know Smoker better. Uh, that's cool. So it's just a little setup there. Then we get to the interesting bit where um, Saint like Venus, whatever his name is, Juro, is attacking the Sunny. Now this is interesting because we have some pretty impressive teamwork between Jinbei and Zoro. It's a small thing, but it's kind of a big thing in that you see those two working very well together. Venus is about to probably have the Sunny, if not worse. And of course, the Cowardly Trio are just standing there being scared, which is pretty much all they're good for nowadays. Not to say that they had a chance against a elder, one of the Gorosei. Okay, I'm not even going there, but it's standard for them to just be scared and somebody come in and save them, so that's what they do. But going back to Jinbei and Zoro, I like that there's like a wordless communication between them. It's all action. It's not like, hey, Jinbei, toss me over there. Like, Colossus and Iron Man fastball special type situation, which is basically what it is. But it's like just instant. Jinbei's like, yo, Fishman Karate, throws him. Then Zoro goes straight into the Rashom, blocks Venus's attack. I like it. I just like the flow between them. You know what I mean? It's just like they're teamwork, the chemistry is really cool. Now, as far as Zoro, I'm assuming he's not going to get into a 1v1 with Venus. I would assume not because he's just coming off a fight and Rob Lucci, a fight which I thought took way too long. Because in my impressions, is that Zoro was beyond Lucci, and he probably should have dusted him quicker than he did. I don't know how much more he has in the tank to take out to take on. He's not going to take him out. Uh, and Elder Star. And in fairness, when Venus uh, realizes that Zoro's attacking, he doesn't look overly concerned. It's not like, oh my God, this guy's kind of like when you look at how when Zoro attacked Kaido, Big Mom was like, "Yo, duck that attack. That's that ain't no regular sword. That ain't no regular attack. Duck it." And he did so. My man just kind of looks back and sees Zoro coming. He blocks it, and he gets the two of them offset each other and get blown away. So it's and even in the next panel after he blocks it, you see that both of them are grimacing. So it's just say neither one of them is just like half stepping. So I'm thinking he underestimated Zoro. Maybe he didn't count on the Conqueror's hockey, whatever. So they offset each other and blow each other away. That's interesting. But I kind of think if it doesn't go any farther than this, I'm fine. Uh, some of this might be off screen or whatever. Uh, but I don't want him getting into a serious fight with one of the girls. Say right now, he needs to level up. On top of that, I think Sanji should have gotten the same treat. He interacted. He blocked one of their attacks. Okay, I guess you could say that's fair. He interacted with one of the girls. Say he blocked one of their attacks, kept it from killing. I can't remember who it was. They were going after some. I think they were. It was when he was trying to kill Vegapunk and he was laying on the floor. I think Sanji blocked the attack. So okay, that's fair. Okay, because I'm a Sanji. Be honest with you. No, don't get me wrong. I'm a Zoro, 100% Zoro. My dude, he's my favorite straw hat. Truth be told, but I need Sanji to get some hype, man. I need him to get some hype. I need him to get some hype almost as much as I need the weakling trio to get some spine. But we can get into that later. All right. So from there we go to the Marines rallying. I guess you could say it's the Empire Strikes Back against the Giants, and they put up a pretty good show between Dahl, Admiral Dahl, homegirl, what's her name? Uh, Vice Admiral Dahl, the old lady, what's her name? Oh, Bluegrass. She puts a hole in the giant ship. Uh, Dahl like sucker punches one of the giants, and they're putting in work. So you don't want the Marines to go down like punks. Otherwise, there's no threat level. So I appreciated them showing up, showing a little bit of spine. Anyway, so that's cool. Then we catch up with Luffy, and the girls say have gotten off his tail so as to take care of the giant. As we know, the giant, the Iron Giant, is carrying the Dendemushi that is sending a broadcast that Vegapunk left behind. And just before he can let slip the secret of those that carry the name of D, the will of D, the giant gets slumped. Unfortunately, I wanted the giant to hang around for a while. They could have used him against what's the name? San Juan Wolf. But you know, 'cause I don't know if there's anybody on the in the Straw Hats who could deal with him anyway. But yeah, so he gets slumped. So it's kind of, you know, he served a purpose, I guess, but I would have liked to see something from him, the giant, I mean. And then also, we don't get to learn anything about the will of D, so that was just a tease at this point. So, you know, Oda done it to us again. Um, and that's pretty much where it leaves off. I don't know if there's going to be any continuation of that broadcast at all, so that might just be it. I mean, and then I'm assuming none of the other satellite Vegapunks have any of the information that Vegapunk was about to reveal. And I also question as to how many of the satellites are going to survive this, because the yeah, the girls say pretty much we're going to wipe them all out at one point, except for York, I guess, who was, you know, collaborator, or not even a collaborator. She's in the tank of the world government, so they might leave her alive, but they might double cross her and kill her in the end, which would actually be, I'm not gonna say what she deserves, but pretty close. But and that's where we leave off. So we know that there's going to be a chapter uh this week, which is cool. You know, no break. There'll probably be a break after this week. Sure. So I hope we get some real juicy, you know, info and or action with this week's chapter. So back to Manga Mondays. Love manga, I love comics, and as an added bit of information. So the one of the main reasons I love manga is because for the most part it stays out of the culture war that is currently engulfing a lot of American mainstream media. See Star Wars, see Marvel, whatever. And I love comics. I love American comics. As much as I love manga currently, I love American comics, but the American comics are pretty much embroiled in the culture war nonsense. So it's hard for me to really get into it. And if they're not involved in the culture war nonsense, they just weren't ruining the characters on general principles. So what's my dilemma? If I want to get my American comic vibe on, what do I do? Go back in the past. So what I've been doing is catching up on stuff that I haven't read entirely yet. You can see here, I'm going old school with Frank Miller, Born Again, Daredevil. That's going to be cool. I read some parts of it, but I never read it on the whole. I went back and got some Walt Simonson Thor. Never read any of this. It is a first volume collection of his run on Thor. Maybe not the first volume. I think it's maybe a first volume. And since I got Cosmic and Street Level, I gotta go out and get me some offbeat type. So I got the Last Ronin, which I got the first issue of, but never finished reading the complete series. So I got the trade. So this will hold me down for a while. Um, I'll give some kind of report on it. I mean, this is like the old stuff is the old stuff, but it's new to me, so I can enjoy it. Last Ronin, I think I may have done a review on that at one point, but since I never finished it, and I'm not even a Ninja Turtle dude. I used to watch a cartoon, but I never read the comics. So again, if this is cool, I go back and start reading the comics. It's I you don't have to be mired down in, say, if your favorite characters are currently, you know, struggling in terms of the output. Like X-Men right now is in a mess. It's they're just in a mess. The Krakoa era is over and nobody knows what to do with it. All right, so you say, "Oh man, it sucks," or whatever. Go read something that you hadn't read before. It could be some '70s X-Men. It could be some '80s, '90s X-Men. If it's new to you, it's new. The storytelling styles will probably be different, but that's not a bad thing either. I mean, you read Moby Dick, you know, it's an old story. It don't have to be modern, you know what I mean? It could just be a story, a good story. So if you go find a nice collection of works from a really good writer, no matter if it's new or old, if it's new to you, it's new. So that's where I'm at with mine. Um, that's it for Manga Monday. Like I said, might give a report on the stuff that I'm reading, the Thor stuff especially, because I'm really interested to see Walt Simonson when he's in his prime. That could be interesting. I'm also gonna go back and get some of the old Batman stuff from the probably 80s or 70s and see how that works. Anyway, until then, enjoy your comics, enjoy your manga. Till next time, in the Crisis Corner, I'm out. Stay loose.